commentary box, but certainly not in the car, because the car is weaving very effectively now, isn't it?
Yeah, he's ready for the restart. He's gone already. Accelerates clear then, coming down towards our bend. So Charles Leung controls the restart, tries to pull another length over Gerard Shi, with Li Cheng in third place as they come up over the timing line. We're back racing again then. That now starts lap 5. Through they go, and the margin betwixt the top two, half a second, as now Gerard Shea tries to get himself close enough to have a go. Leung goes one side, goes the other, trying to break the toe, but Gerard Shea is not only staying with him, he's closing, he's getting the toe.
He got a great restart, a really good restart.
So now, look, he's in the draft as they come down towards Lisboa. Again, race leader goes to the inside line to defend. Gerard Shea comes up on the outside line. He's tempting fate a little bit, but he's got the drive on the outside line. He's not going to get the lead. He breaks. He needs to get the switch back coming out of the corner. Can he tighten the line? The answer is no. So Charles Leung stays ahead, but Gerard Shea has served intent.
And it is exactly that. He got a really good start. Now, let's see what Charles Leung can do to shake him off on the technical, the sweeps, the left and right, and the wall on the left and the barrier on the right of the technical part of the circuit, as opposed to the super quick wide part of the circuit that forms the end of one lap and the start of the other. But certainly Gerard is showing intent on Charles Leung.
Although that said, Leung has just been able to gap by another length, hasn't he, now, as the cars sprint their way through the S's, the Solitude S's. And in third place, Li Cheng dropping back a little bit ahead of Royce Yu in fourth place. So the top two come back towards us, drop down towards Police, and then up Moorish Hill. Late on the brakes, Gerard Shea, but he can't afford to be too late because he might drift out wide.
Yeah, and that's easy done at that corner. How many times over the years do we see cars finishing up next to that red and white barrier on the exit of either Police or Moorish Hill? Then into Donna Maria they go, down towards the Melco hairpin. And Charles Leung had to have strong nerves on that restart down towards Lisboa, because Gerard Shea was really putting a nose alongside, certainly showing what potentially could be his plan for the remainder of the race. They are on lap 5 out of 8, and we are about to get a more meaningful set of lap times now.
Half a second between them at the start of the lap, and again, look, you can see Gerard Shea trying to get into the toe and then let the aero of the car ahead do some of that work, drag him along. Charles Leung comes out of Fisherman's Bend and the R bend here, which is the part of the circuit that he had a big slide at earlier. He goes across the stripe, still being chased by Gerard Shea. The gap is still half a second. Although Charles Leung does the fastest lap of the race, the gap has only gone up really by 400ths, and now fifth is Andy Chang in the background. Look, and he's just done the fastest lap, as once again into the toe slot Gerard Shea getting closer all the way through Mandarin, speed building, and once more he thinks about where to make a move. Charles Leung covers off the inside line. To the outside line goes Gerard Shea, gets his nose in front, gets the race lead. Fantastic. Charles Leung tries to fight back, no way through on the inside line. Gerard Shea's going to slow the car down, and he just does it in time for Lisboa. Good move.
We have a new race leader. Up San Francisco Hill they go. Not often we've seen this, is it? Charles Leung attacking for the lead of the race. Gerard Shea up into the tighter section of the circuit with Charles Leung all over the back of him.
Nose to tail they run, and there Andy Chang makes a move on the inside of Royce Yu. Did he get through? The two red cars still tied together. Thankfully there was no contact, but Charles Leung all of a sudden is having to really race hard this weekend. He got mugged for pole position for this race, and he's now been mugged for the race lead as well.
Andy Chang up into 5th position with the fastest lap of the race at 2:35, 2:30.5 for Andy Chang.
But the question is, has he been able to get 4th? Because he was almost level with Royce Yu, wasn't he, when we just saw the cars last almost side by side. But we'll double check at the next sector point as the leaders now drop down towards Police. In third place, Li Cheng, teammate to Charles Leung, who is there in 2nd, and Gerard Shea now trying to build that lead.
And is he going to be able to? I mean, he excels on the run down through Lisboa up towards through Mandarin up towards Lisboa. Absolutely superb. And twice he's been able to do that to Charles Leung. That was the time the manoeuvre worked. No overtaking there. So it was almost an unexpected overtaking manoeuvre into the Macau hairpin.
It was, but significantly, it was a mistake made by Gerard Shee. Just outbraked himself, ran a little bit deep, and actually gave an opportunity to Charles Leung. Now, you're right, Gerard Shee has been very, very good down towards Lisboa, but part of that is the toe afforded by Charles Leung. It might now go the other way. Gerard Shee has not been able to get away. It's almost like DRS in Formula 1 in a way, this now, because so Charles Leung is the one in the draft as there. Andy Chang goes fourth then, through on the inside, another place gained. So after his dramas on the opening lap of the race, he's back in contention, comes up towards the line. The leaders go through. That now gives us 2 laps to go, the margin 3/10 between Gerard Shea and in second place Charles Leung. This is where you try to break the toe, go left, go right. Charles Leung sits in the draft then, and that will just drag him along, getting nearer and nearer. Andy Chang doing the same against Li Sul-Cheng, getting closer and closer. Gerard Shea covers off the inside line. Charles Leung sits in the wheel tracks, goes to the outside line now, and let's see whether or not he's going to be able to go right round the outside. He's going to try it, he thinks about it, but he's going to run out of road.
Yeah, and you knew that Gerard was looking in the mirrors probably more than he was looking at the front of the car as they ran down towards Lisboa. So defended once for Gerard Shee and failed once for Charles Leung in second place. Boy, this would be brave, wouldn't it? But look at Charles Leung right on the tail of the race leader.
It goes to show just what good racers' instinct both have got. They could both sit there and be on the front row for tomorrow. The way they're going, it could be that they're both at the back because they've tangled and don't finish, but they are prepared to put everything on the line to win this qualifying race, the 8-lap, the sprint race for the Sands Macau Formula 4 Grand Prix.
Super racing, absolutely tied together they are as they head around the twist. The Solitude S's on towards Police, the right-hander, Donna Maria, the left-hander, so into Police. Maurice Hill is next, and Charles Leung absolutely mirroring the race leader. Just hoping for the tiniest of errors, which happened the previous lap up at the Macau hairpin. Will it happen again? Little puff of smoke, a little locked tyre for the race leader. Around Donna Maria up towards the hairpin. Neat through there for both of them on the exit. Then the circuit opens up.
So Gerard Shee, who's not raced here before, is belying his lack of experience, keeping a real master, a double winner at bay. And once again, you get back towards the toe situation for third place. Andy Chang makes his move against Li Sul-Cheng on the outside line. This is going to be brave. They're almost wheel to wheel. Andy Chang can't go through there, and nor can he make a dive up the inside, perhaps coming into our bend because he's just fractionally too far back. He now needs to plan the move and get the toe and think about the move at Lisboa, as also does Charles Leung. So they're about to start the last lap. There's the board. The gap between the top two as they come over the line is 4/10 of a second. Third is about to change, isn't it? Because Andy Chang is right on the back of Li Sul-Cheng. And once again, you know what's going to happen here. They're going to go left, they're going to go right, they're going to try and break the toe. For third place, Andy Chang not quite able to get past Li Sul-Cheng coming out of Reservoir. Goes to the outside, down towards Mandarin. Brave effort, and it doesn't pay out for him there. Couldn't go round the outside. And again, Charles Leung is in the wheel tracks, but actually not close enough to make a move down towards Lisboa. He does think about it. He does go to the outside. He brakes late, but he runs out of road.
Wow. Where do we look? The battle for the lead or the battle for third place? Is it going to be the red car in front in third place? It is, as they head up towards San Francisco Hill. So we didn't quite see that manoeuvre, but certainly we saw the result of it. Andy Chang, the recovery drive, back up into a podium position. And now look at Charles Leung. Look at the urgency. You'd think this was the Grand Prix. They're on the very, very tight section of the circuit now. And Charles Leung all over the back of Gerard Shee, who leads the race. Final lap.
So together, nose to tail, they make the run now through the last part of the 6 kilometre long circuit. Gerard Shea it is who leads. They now make that run once again through the Solitude S's. They're about to drop down through Teddy Yip, then to Police and up Moorish Hill. Andy Chang in fourth place, then up to third with the fastest lap in his back pocket as well. Down to Police goes Gerard Shea. And on this last lap, I would offer you that now Charles Leung realises he's got to settle for second because the gap between them is growing.
Yeah, it really has. This is great news on the final lap for the race leader, because he is not under the pressure that he has been for the last 3 laps as he heads around the tight Melco hairpin, no overtaking here. Scene of one mistake for Gerard Shee during this race. Look at Andy Chang as well, thinking about closing up on the back of Charles Leung in second place on this final lap. The last few elements, the very quick final few elements for Gerard Shee, who leads the race. Car number 3, and this is going to be a very, very happy moment in the history of Macau.
But look at the way that Andy Chang is catching Charles Leung for second place. Leung may well have settled. He may even have a problem. It is going to be a win for Gerard Shee. Up towards the checkered flag. Great drive, delighted winner. Gerard Shee wins the qualification race. Second, Charles Leung, and third, Andy Chang. Great recovery by Chang. It was his mistake, admittedly, at the start, but he's recovered well up into third place then, ahead of Li Cheng. Royce Yu drops to 5th. And Jin Feng in 6th. And it's a very happy team that celebrates a victory. So the Z-Speed squad for Gerard Shee takes the race win in what turned out to be a very dramatic F4 race. And that's